In Michigan, what is required of a driver before towing a vehicle with a rope or chain on a public road? Option A. Nothing additional beyond normal driving rules. Option B. A visible red flag or marker must be attached to the tow line. Option C. A white flag must be attached to mark the connection. Option D. Towing with rope or chain is banned outright. The correct answer is B. A visible red flag or marker must be attached to the tow line. When towing with a rope, cable, or chain, Michigan law requires a visible red flag or marker on the connection so other drivers can clearly see it. In Michigan, what is a sign showing a black bicycle with the words, "Bikes may use full lane," instruct drivers to do? Option A. Pass cyclists only on the left at any speed. Option B. Bicycles are not permitted on this roadway. Option C. Allow cyclists to occupy the entire lane and wait for a safe gap to pass. Option D. A bike lane begins immediately past the sign. The correct answer is C. Allow cyclists to occupy the entire lane and wait for a safe gap to pass. This sign tells drivers the lane is too narrow to share side by side, so cyclists may use the full lane and drivers must wait for a safe opportunity to pass. In Michigan, what is the legal status of using a radar detector in a personal, non-commercial vehicle? Option A. Radar detectors are fully illegal in all vehicles. Option B. Legal only with a special DMV permit. Option C. Legal only for vehicles registered outside Michigan. Option D. Legal in personal vehicles, but restricted in commercial trucks. The correct answer is D. Legal in personal vehicles, but restricted in commercial trucks. Michigan allows radar detectors in personal passenger vehicles, while federal rules restrict their use in commercial motor vehicles. In Michigan, what must a driver do when their vehicle's accelerator becomes stuck while merging onto a freeway? Option A. Try to lift the pedal, then shift to neutral and brake to a stop. Option B. Press the pedal harder to clear the obstruction. Option C. Turn off the engine immediately while still merging. Option D. Pump the brakes rapidly without shifting gears. The correct answer is A. Try to lift the pedal, then shift to neutral and brake to a stop. If the accelerator sticks, first try lifting it with your foot. If that fails, shift into neutral to cut power to the wheels, then brake to a controlled stop. In Michigan, what does the law require regarding a load that extends more than 4 feet beyond the rear of a vehicle? Option A. No marking is needed if driving during daylight. Option B. It must display a red flag by day and a red light or reflector at night. Option C. The load can never extend past the bumper. Option D. Only a written permit is needed, no markers required. The correct answer is B. It must display a red flag by day and a red light or reflector at night. A load extending more than 4 feet past the rear of a vehicle must be marked with a red flag during the day and a red light or reflector visible at night. In Michigan, what is the rule about parking a vehicle on the roadway side of another vehicle already parked at the curb, double parking? Option A. Allowed for less than 5 minutes. Option B. Allowed only in designated loading zones. Option C. Prohibited on public streets in nearly all cases. Option D. Allowed if hazard lights remain on. The correct answer is C. Prohibited on public streets in nearly all cases. Michigan law generally prohibits parking on the roadway side of a vehicle already parked at the curb, since it blocks traffic flow and reduces visibility for other drivers. In Michigan, what does a circular blue sign with a white arrow curving around an obstruction typically require of drivers? Option A. It is only a suggestion, not legally binding. Option B. It marks a bicycle-only route. Option C. It warns of an upcoming sharp curve only. Option D. Drivers must pass on the side indicated by the arrow. The correct answer is D. Drivers must pass on the side indicated by the arrow. A blue circular sign with a directional arrow is a regulatory sign requiring traffic to pass on the side shown, typically around a median, island, or other obstruction. In Michigan, what is the rule for a driver attempting to pass a bicyclist on a 2-lane road with no passing lane available? Option A. May briefly cross the center line if it can be done safely. Option B. Passing a bicyclist is never permitted on a two-lane road. Option C. The cyclist must move completely off the roadway first. Option D. The driver must wait for an official passing zone. The correct answer is A. May briefly cross the center line if it can be done safely. Michigan law generally allows a driver to briefly cross the center line, even a double yellow line, to safely pass a bicyclist when there's enough clear sight distance and no oncoming traffic. In Michigan, what must a driver do when approaching a steady circular yellow traffic light displayed by itself? Option A. Speed up to clear the intersection now. Option B. Stop if safe to do so or proceed with caution. Option C. Treat it just like a steady green light. Option D. Always stop completely no matter your position. The correct answer is B. Stop if safe to do so or proceed with caution. A steady yellow light warns the signal is about to turn red. A driver should stop if they safely can, or proceed cautiously through if already too close to stop. In Michigan, what does the law require if your vehicle's rear license plate light is burned out? Option A. No requirement exists for plate lighting. Option B. Only the front plate needs illumination. Option C. It must be fixed, since the rear plate must be visible at night. Option D. Plate lights are optional accessories. The correct answer is C. It must be fixed, since the rear plate must be visible at night. Michigan requires the rear license plate to be illuminated so it's legible at night, making a burned-out plate light a fixable equipment violation. In Michigan, what is the legal tint limit allowed on the top strip of a windshield? Option A. Tint may extend all the way down the windshield. Option B. No tint is permitted anywhere on the windshield. Option C. Tint may cover up to half the windshield. Option D. Tint is limited to the top portion above the AS1 line. The correct answer is D. Tint is limited to the top portion above the AS1 line. Michigan permits non-reflective tinting only on the top strip of the windshield, generally above the manufacturer's AS1 line. In Michigan, what must a driver do when approaching a road sign reading, "Bridge ices before road"? Option A. Slow down and be cautious, since bridges freeze faster than roads. Option B. Ignore it unless ice is already visible. Option C. Speed up to cross the bridge quickly. Option D. The sign only applies during active snowstorms. The correct answer is A. Slow down and be cautious, since bridges freeze faster than roads. Bridges lose heat faster than the surrounding roadway because air circulates beneath them, so they freeze sooner. Drivers should slow down and proceed with caution. In Michigan, what does the law say about a driver who allows someone without a valid license to operate their vehicle? Option A. There is no liability for the vehicle owner. Option B. The owner can be held responsible for permitting this. Option C. Only the unlicensed driver faces any consequence. Option D. It is allowed if the owner rides as a passenger. The correct answer is B. The owner can be held responsible for permitting this. Michigan law holds a vehicle owner accountable for knowingly permitting someone without a valid license to drive their vehicle on public roads. In Michigan, what is the rule about using high-beam headlights in heavy rain at night? Option A. High beams improve visibility in rain and should be used. Option B. High beams are legally required in rain after dark. Option C. High beams reflect off rain and reduce visibility, so low beams are better. Option D. High beam use has no effect on visibility in rain. The correct answer is C. High beams reflect off rain and reduce visibility, so low beams are better. High beams reflect off raindrops and create glare, actually reducing visibility in rain. Low beams provide clearer visibility in wet nighttime conditions. In Michigan, what does a sign showing a black truck silhouette inside a red circle with a slash mean? Option A. Trucks must reduce speed but may continue. Option B. Only empty trucks may proceed. Option C. Trucks must use the right lane only. Option D. Trucks of the type shown are prohibited on that road. The correct answer is D. Trucks of the type shown are prohibited on that road. A truck symbol inside a red circle with a slash is a regulatory sign meaning trucks of that class are not permitted on the roadway. In Michigan, what must a driver do if their windshield wipers fail during a sudden downpour on the highway? Option A. Slow down and move safely to the shoulder. Option B. Continue at normal speed. Visibility loss is minor. Option C. Open the window and lean out for a view. Option D. Use the high beams to make up for lost light. The correct answer is A. Slow down and move safely to the shoulder. If wipers fail in heavy rain, a driver should reduce speed and carefully move to the shoulder until it's safe to stop and address the problem. In Michigan, what is the requirement for tire tread depth on a passenger vehicle's tires? Option A. At least 1/32 inch of tread must remain. Option B. At least 1/16 inch of tread must remain. Option C. No minimum tread depth is specified by law. Option D. At least 1/4 inch of tread must remain. The correct answer is B. At least 1/16 inch of tread must remain. Michigan requires a minimum tread depth of 1/16 inch. Anything less is considered unsafe and can result in an equipment citation. In Michigan, what must a driver do when a funeral procession with proper lighting is traveling together through an intersection? Option A. Cut into the procession if there is a gap. Option B. Pass the procession only on the right side. Option C. Yield and avoid driving between vehicles in the procession. Option D. Stop completely until the entire procession has passed. The correct answer is C. Yield and avoid driving between vehicles in the procession. Other drivers must yield to a marked funeral procession and must not drive between its vehicles, even if a traffic signal would otherwise allow it. In Michigan, what is required of a driver before entering a public road from a private driveway or alley? Option A. Proceed if no vehicle is within 500 feet. Option B. Sound the horn and merge immediately. Option C. Wait only for pedestrians, not vehicles. Option D. Yield to all traffic already on the road. The correct answer is D. Yield to all traffic already on the road. Drivers entering a public road from a private driveway, alley, or road must yield the right-of-way to all vehicles already traveling on that road. In Michigan, what does the steady yellow traffic arrow mean for a driver already in a protected left turn lane? Option A. The turn is ending. Finish only if already inside. Option B. Speed up to clear the intersection now. Option C. Stop right away no matter your position. Option D. Keep turning just like a steady green light. The correct answer is A. The turn is ending. Finish only if already inside. A steady yellow arrow warns that the protected left turn phase is ending. If already in the intersection, complete the turn. Otherwise, prepare to stop. In Michigan, what does a white pavement arrow combined with the word only painted in a lane indicate? Option A. The lane is closed ahead for construction. Option B. That lane is reserved exclusively for the movement shown. Option C. The marking is advisory only, not mandatory. Option D. The lane is for buses and bicycles only. The correct answer is B. That lane is reserved exclusively for the movement shown. An arrow paired with only painted on the pavement means traffic in that lane must follow that exact direction. It is mandatory, not just a suggestion. In Michigan, what is the rule about using a vehicle's parking lights instead of headlights while driving after dark? Option A. Parking lights alone meet the headlight rule. Option B. Parking lights are required along with headlights always. Option C. Parking lights cannot substitute for required headlights. Option D. Parking lights may replace headlights in light rain. The correct answer is C. Parking lights cannot substitute for required headlights. Parking lights are meant for a stationary vehicle, not for driving. When headlights are legally required, parking lights alone do not meet that requirement. In Michigan, what must a driver do upon hearing a train horn at a railroad crossing with no gates or signals? Option A. Ignore it unless flashing lights are also present. Option B. Proceed immediately since horns alone don't require stopping. Option C. Only react once the train is already visible. Option D. Stop and look both directions before proceeding. The correct answer is D. Stop and look both directions before proceeding. Hearing a train horn at an unguarded crossing is itself a warning. Drivers should stop, look both directions, and listen before proceeding. In Michigan, what is the proper lane position when a road narrows from 2 lanes to 1 due to construction with a flagger present? Option A. Follow the flagger's direction on when and where to merge. Option B. Choose either lane and merge whenever convenient. Option C. Stop completely and wait for a green light only. Option D. Always default to the right lane regardless of signals. The correct answer is A. Follow the flagger's direction on when and where to merge. When a flagger is present at a lane closure, their hand signals control traffic flow and take precedence over general merging habits. In Michigan, what does the term unladen weight mean for vehicle registration purposes? Option A. The weight of the vehicle including a full load of cargo. Option B. The weight of the vehicle with no cargo or passengers added. Option C. The combined weight of vehicle and trailer together. Option D. The weight rating set only by the manufacturer's sticker. The correct answer is B. The weight of the vehicle with no cargo or passengers added. Unladen weight is the vehicle's weight as equipped, without cargo or passengers, and is used for registration fee and classification purposes. In Michigan, what is required of a driver who witnesses a hit-and-run collision but was not involved? Option A. There is no legal obligation to do anything at all. Option B. Required to chase down the fleeing driver. Option C. Encouraged to report it, though not legally required to stop. Option D. Required to file a formal DMV report within 24 hours. The correct answer is C. Encouraged to report it, though not legally required to stop. A witness who is not involved in a hit-and-run is not required by law to stop, but reporting details like the license plate helps law enforcement. In Michigan, what does the shape of an octagon-shaped, red background sign always represent? Option A. Yield ahead, only slow down a little. Option B. It marks a railroad crossing warning. Option C. It marks a school zone ahead only. Option D. Stop fully. This shape means stop sign only. The correct answer is D. Stop fully. This shape means stop sign only. The octagon shape is used exclusively for stop signs in the United States, signaling a required complete stop even if visibility of the sign's text is poor. In Michigan, what must a driver do if their vehicle strikes and injures a domestic animal, such as a dog, on the roadway? Option A. Must try to find the owner or notify officials. Option B. No action is needed since it's not a crash. Option C. Must bury the animal right at the scene. Option D. Only police may ever be contacted, not the owner. The correct answer is A. Must try to find the owner or notify officials. Michigan law expects a driver who strikes a domestic animal to make a reasonable effort to find the owner or, if unable, notify local authorities. In Michigan, what does a steady green arrow combined with a steady red circular light mean for a driver? Option A. You may go straight or turn in any direction. Option B. You may only make the protected turn shown by the arrow. Option C. Treat the entire signal as a red light and stop. Option D. The signal is malfunctioning and should be reported. The correct answer is B. You may only make the protected turn shown by the arrow. A green arrow paired with a red circle permits only the protected movement shown by the arrow. Through traffic facing the red circle must still stop. In Michigan, what is required of a driver before opening a car door on the traffic side of a parked vehicle? Option A. Nothing. Doors may be opened freely on any side. Option B. Doors on the traffic side may never be opened. Option C. The driver must check for approaching traffic and open only when safe. Option D. Only passengers, not drivers, must check before opening. The correct answer is C. The driver must check for approaching traffic and open only when safe. Before opening a door facing moving traffic, a driver must check that it's safe and reasonably possible to do so without interfering with traffic flow. In Michigan, what is the minimum following distance required behind an authorized emergency vehicle responding with lights and siren? Option A. Follow as closely as desired on the cleared path. Option B. Stay exactly 2 car lengths behind it. Option C. No minimum distance is specified at all. Option D. Stay back at least 500 feet. The correct answer is D. Stay back at least 500 feet. Michigan law sets a minimum following distance of 500 feet behind an authorized emergency vehicle responding with lights and siren. In Michigan, what does a circular yellow sign with a black bicycle symbol and the word "shing" indicate? Option A. A bicycle crossing point ahead requiring driver caution. Option B. A road exclusively reserved for bicycles. Option C. A mandatory bike lane beginning ahead. Option D. A warning that bicycles are prohibited. The correct answer is A. A bicycle crossing point ahead requiring driver caution. A bicycle "shing" warning sign alerts drivers that a designated bicycle crossing point lies ahead, requiring extra caution and awareness of cyclists. In Michigan, what must a driver do when a pedestrian signal shows a flashing orange hand with a numeric countdown? Option A. Begin crossing right away if the count is high. Option B. Don't start crossing, but finish if already in the crosswalk. Option C. The countdown only applies to vehicles, not walkers. Option D. Pedestrians must freeze in place wherever they are. The correct answer is B. Don't start crossing, but finish if already in the crosswalk. A flashing orange hand with a countdown means pedestrians should not start crossing, but those already in the crosswalk may finish. Drivers must still yield to them. In Michigan, what is the rule about leaving a child age 6 or younger alone and unattended in a vehicle? Option A. Allowed for up to 15 minutes. Option B. Allowed only during cold weather. Option C. Prohibited without a supervisor at least 12 years old present. Option D. No specific law covers this situation. The correct answer is C. Prohibited without a supervisor at least 12 years old present. Michigan law generally prohibits leaving a young child unattended in a vehicle without a supervising person of an appropriate age present. In Michigan, what is the correct response when a steady green light is shown but a police officer is signaling traffic differently? Option A. Always follow the green light over the officer. Option B. Stop completely and wait for the signal to change. Option C. Proceed only if no officer is visible nearby. Option D. Follow the officer's directions which override the signal. The correct answer is D. Follow the officer's directions which override the signal. A peace officer's hand signals or directions always take priority over a traffic signal, even when the light shows green. In Michigan, what does the law require of a slow-moving vehicle on a 2-lane highway with 5 or more vehicles following behind it? Option A. The slow vehicle must pull off where safe to let others pass. Option B. Nothing. Following vehicles must simply wait. Option C. Following vehicles must pass regardless of conditions. Option D. The slow vehicle must stop completely on the shoulder. The correct answer is A. The slow vehicle must pull off where safe to let others pass. Michigan law requires a slow-moving vehicle with 5 or more vehicles backed up behind it to turn off at the first safe opportunity and let traffic pass. In Michigan, what is the correct procedure if your vehicle's brakes begin to fade from overheating during a long mountain descent? Option A. Continue braking continuously at the same pressure. Option B. Shift to a lower gear and reduce speed before brakes overheat further. Option C. Turn off the engine to stop the vehicle faster. Option D. Pump the accelerator to cool the brakes. The correct answer is B. Shift to a lower gear and reduce speed before brakes overheat further. To prevent brake fade on long descents, shift into a lower gear early so engine compression helps slow the vehicle, reducing reliance on the brakes. In Michigan, what is the rule about a vehicle's horn when it stops working while driving? Option A. The driver may continue indefinitely with no repair needed. Option B. Only commercial vehicles require a working horn. Option C. It should be repaired soon, since a functioning horn is required equipment. Option D. Honking is optional and never legally required. The correct answer is C. It should be repaired soon, since a functioning horn is required equipment. Michigan requires vehicles to be equipped with a functioning horn, so a driver should have it repaired promptly after noticing the failure. In Michigan, what must a driver do when approaching a sign that reads soft shoulder? Option A. Pull over there to rest if feeling tired. Option B. Speed up to cross the shoulder fast. Option C. Use it as an extra passing lane. Option D. Avoid it, since it may not hold a vehicle's weight. The correct answer is D. Avoid it, since it may not hold a vehicle's weight. A soft shoulder sign warns that the road edge may be unstable or unable to support a vehicle's weight, so drivers should stay on the paved roadway. In Michigan, what does a yellow diamond sign with two arrows forming an S shape indicate? Option A. A series of curves in alternating directions ahead. Option B. A one-way street reversal point. Option C. A pedestrian crossing in an S-shaped path. Option D. A school zone with a winding driveway. The correct answer is A. A series of curves in alternating directions ahead. An S-shaped double arrow sign warns drivers of a winding section of road with curves in alternating directions, calling for reduced speed. In Michigan, what does a sign showing a black silhouette of a deer warn drivers about? Option A. Hunting is prohibited in this area. Option B. Deer may cross the road ahead, especially at dawn and dusk. Option C. A petting zoo or wildlife park is nearby. Option D. Deer-related accidents are not covered by insurance here. The correct answer is B. Deer may cross the road ahead, especially at dawn and dusk. A deer silhouette sign warns drivers that wildlife may cross the roadway in that area, with dawn and dusk being the highest risk periods. In Michigan, what is the correct response if a deer suddenly darts into your path and swerving would risk a more severe crash? Option A. Always swerve sharply regardless of surrounding traffic. Option B. Accelerate to pass the animal before it reacts. Option C. Brake firmly in a straight line rather than swerving. Option D. Continue at the same speed without braking. The correct answer is C. Brake firmly in a straight line rather than swerving. Driver safety guidance generally recommends braking firmly and staying in your lane rather than swerving, since swerving for an animal can cause a more serious crash. In Michigan, what must a driver do when entering a one-lane bridge where two vehicles cannot pass each other? Option A. Speed up to cross before the opposing vehicle arrives. Option B. The first vehicle to honk has the right of way. Option C. Both vehicles must always stop and wait for a signal. Option D. Yield to a vehicle already on the bridge or closer to entering it. The correct answer is D. Yield to a vehicle already on the bridge or closer to entering it. At a one-lane bridge, a driver must yield to a vehicle already on it or position closer to entering, allowing that vehicle to cross first. In Michigan, what is required when a road sign reads, "Truck crossing, near an industrial entrance"? Option A. Be alert for trucks entering or crossing from the facility. Option B. Trucks are prohibited from crossing at that location. Option C. The sign only applies to trucks over 10,000 pounds. Option D. It indicates a way station ahead. The correct answer is A. Be alert for trucks entering or crossing from the facility. In Michigan, what does the law require when passing a vehicle displaying a wide load sign on a 2-lane road? Option A. Pass immediately without extra caution. Option B. Only pass with a clear view ahead and adequate space. Option C. Wide load vehicles must always pull over for others. Option D. Passing a wide load vehicle is always prohibited. The correct answer is B. Only pass with a clear view ahead and adequate space. Vehicles marked wide load take up more space than usual, so drivers should only attempt to pass when there's a clear view ahead and enough room to do so safely. In Michigan, what is the correct action if your vehicle's defroster fails during a winter drive, causing the windows to fog over? Option A. Continue driving and periodically wipe the windshield. Option B. Drive with the door open to improve airflow. Option C. Pull over safely until visibility can be restored. Option D. Use only the side mirrors instead of the windshield. The correct answer is C. Pull over safely until visibility can be restored. If a defroster fails and windows fog enough to block clear vision, the safest action is to pull over rather than continue with obstructed visibility. In Michigan, what must a driver do before merging from an acceleration lane onto a highway with heavy traffic? Option A. Highway traffic must always slow for merging vehicles. Option B. Merging vehicles always have the right of way. Option C. Drivers may stop at the lane's end to wait for a gap. Option D. The merging driver must match speed and find a safe gap. The correct answer is D. The merging driver must match speed and find a safe gap. A driver merging from an acceleration lane is responsible for matching highway speed and finding a safe gap, rather than expecting other vehicles to yield. In Michigan, what does the law say about a vehicle's gas cap if it is missing or damaged? Option A. It should be replaced since fuel vapor can leak out. Option B. It has no legal or safety significance. Option C. It is only a concern for diesel vehicles. Option D. It is required only to be reported to the Secretary of State. The correct answer is A. It should be replaced since fuel vapor can leak out. A missing or damaged gas cap can let fuel vapors escape, creating emissions and fire hazard concerns, so it should be replaced promptly even though it's a minor repair. In Michigan, what is the rule for using a center two-way left turn lane to pass a slower vehicle? Option A. It may be used freely to pass slow traffic. Option B. It may only be used briefly to enter or exit traffic for a turn. Option C. It is reserved only for emergency vehicles. Option D. It may be used for parking when empty. The correct answer is B. It may only be used briefly to enter or exit traffic for a turn. The center two-way left turn lane is only for entering or leaving traffic to make a left turn. It should never be used as a passing lane. In Michigan, what is the rule about a driver's responsibility when a transit bus signals to merge back into traffic from a designated stop? Option A. Speed up to pass before the bus pulls out. Option B. Honk and continue at the same speed. Option C. Allow the bus to merge if it is safe to do so. Option D. Stop completely until the bus fully merges. The correct answer is C. Allow the bus to merge if it is safe to do so. When a transit bus signals to re-enter traffic from a stop, drivers must allow it to merge safely without speeding past or forcing it to wait unnecessarily. Outstanding! You completed all 50 Michigan DMV Practice Test Volume 7. Subscribe to the USA Driving Test for free practice tests for all 50 states. Good luck on your exam.